Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be another gear review. This is a fire related item, so all you pyromaniacs and survivalists out there will love this. Basically this is the newer version of the permanent match. Now I have a full review on the permanent match, and this works exactly the same way, but I'll do a little recap for anyone who hasn't seen that. The only difference is this is the newer cylindrical version, okay, or round version. And I really prefer this for a lot of different reasons. It holds about the same amount of fuel, but what I prefer about this one is that there's no sharp corners. I found that the small square one that looks like a flask, it tends to be annoying in the pocket or even on your keys. It's just bulky, it's wider, and then there is sharp corners on it, so I don't like that. This one looks like a little miniature thermos, and for anyone who doesn't know how they work, basically you have a rod which screws in. Okay, I know, that's what she said. You got an O-ring on there, which I really like because it keeps the fuel and all the vapors in. Unlike a Zippo lighter, when you fill it up, the fuel will slowly evaporate out. This holds for a very long time. In fact, if you guys remember when I got my Going Gear order, which by the way is where I got this one, they have it for $5.99 at goinggear.com. I'll put a link in the description box. What I like about this is that I filled it when I first got that, and we're going to test it out right now. I haven't tested it since the first week that I got it, so hopefully there's still fuel in here, but yeah, it smells like it. Basically you have a rod, okay, with your striker on the very end of it sticking out, and then you have a piece of wick that's exposed. You put your liquid lighter fuel in here, not butane. I repeat, not butane fluid. This will only work with regular liquid lighter fluid. So you pour it in there, you know, don't overflow it because you have to realize that this whole rod's going to go in there. So if you fill it up to the top, once you put the rod in, it's going to all overflow and make a mess. So just fill it up to about 3/4 of the way, then put your rod in and screw it down, and then you can pretty much forget about it. It's going to hold the fuel. So how this works again is it's kind of like a match. You have your ferrocerium rod on the side here, which is going to create a spark when you rub it across there, and you light it just like a match. Okay, and it stays lit because you have fuel on your wick. Blow it out. What's cool about this is it's called the permanent match because it's a match you can relight over and over and over again, pretty much forever, as long as you keep adding fuel to this. Very cool, very effective, works every single time. And what's cool about this is that even if you have no fuel left, you can still use this as a to create sparks. You can still use it with some dry tinder to get your fire going, okay, even if you had no fuel left. But give it a good strike. And actually, let me re-dip it in here because it looks like it's drying up on me a little. There we go. Alright, so you can kind of adjust the flame. I'd prefer it smaller because the smaller it is, the longer it's going to last. But if you get some needle nose pliers and you pull that wick up just a little bit, it will create a larger flame for you if that's what you desire. But it's a very cool item. I am kind of out of fuel here. Let's see, shake it up. Try this again. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of fuel. So I will be filling it up again. But anyway, that's how it works. Let me give you a little macro view here, hopefully, if I can let this camera focus for a second. Come on. Focus for me. There we go. Alright, so here's a closer look. You have the wick sticking out, and then there's your striker. Okay, just put flat side against this, strike all the way down to get your spark, and you're all set. You put your fuel right in the top there. Now, I know this may seem pretty straightforward, but I have to mention it. If it's lit, don't stick it back in there because the vapors might catch, and you might have your canister here catch fire. So make sure it's fully out before you put it back in. And when you're all done, you just screw it down, and the O-ring is going to keep that fuel in there. It does come with this split ring. It's actually 2 split rings. The little one here because it has to fit through that tiny little hole, and then the larger one if you want to put it on your keys. Now I did carry this on my keys when I first got it. I found it to be too much only because I have so many tools on my keys already. So the combination with my knife and my flashlight and my little pry bar and the tweezers and everything else, it was a little much. But if I took off a couple of the tools and put this on there, it doesn't really get in the way. It's not that bulky. But again, most important to me is that if I keep it in my pocket, there's no sharp corners and it's not very wide. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, being uncomfortable in the pocket. Let me give you a quick measurement here. minus the split ring there. It's 2.5 inches long and about 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, and it weighs less than an ounce. It's very light, even filled with fuel. So anyway, there's the newer cylindrical version or round version of the permanent match. And again, I got this one from goinggear.com. So hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I thank you for watching. Take care.